What is going on, moms and dads of Lorcana? It is Chris here from A Parent's Guide to Lorcana, and I have one question for you. When you think about Disney, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Ooh, Dole Whip. Ooh, churros. Carousel of Progress.
Yeah, Country Bear Jamboree. Some of you maniacs are close. But I think of the theme parks. And what's in the theme parks? Rides. Today I want to talk about rides as locations in Lorcana. In case you don't know, Into the Inklands comes out. Actually, when you're watching this video, Into the Inklands has already come out. And the new mechanic in this set is locations. So I was thinking, what about some real locations we want to go to? Like rides. We want to go to rides.
We only want to go to rides.
Rides. We want to go to rides. Have I said it enough? Rides. So let me pick my top rides as locations that I would like to see in Disney's Lorcana. In no particular order. Number 1, Tiana's Bayou. Now I know. Tiana's ride isn't even up yet, but it's going to be out in Florida in summer of 2024. So if you just hold off on watching this video, come back in August, July, I'm not sure, don't quote me on it, when the ride is open, then you can go, yes, I know exactly what Chris is talking about. But Tiana's Bayou location in Lorcana. Number 2, the Tron Grid. We got the new Tron Light Cycle ride. I am terrified of roller coasters. I don't ride them, but my girls love them, and they rode that thing 4 times last summer. They love that ride. So in honor of my girls, Madison and Ruby, I like to see the Tron Grid as a location in Lorcana. Number 3, but in my heart, number 1, the Haunted Mansion. Oh my gosh, we could have multiple Haunted Mansion locations. We could have locations in the ballroom. We could have a location inside the cemetery. We could have a location outside of the house, just the house on its own. I would give my left elbow. I'd give it away to see a Haunted Mansion location in Lorcana. I love Haunted Mansion. Oh, I love it so much. I love the original Eddie Murphy movie. I love the new movie. I love the ride. I love Memento Mori, the gift shop. I love everything about the Haunted Mansion. I would just melt into a puddle of goo if I saw it as a location in Lorcana. Gusteau's. We gotta have Gusteau's as a location. In my last video, I talked about what Pixar characters I want to see in the game. I gotta see Linguini. I gotta see Remy. We gotta have Gusteau's. We gotta have Linguini and Remy be able to go to Gusteau's. It would be so cool. Again, we could have multiple versions of the location. This is something we haven't seen yet. We're getting kind of broad locations like Agrabah. But they could really dial down and give you different areas in those locations. Like you could have Gusteau's restaurant. You could have Gusteau in the kitchen area. You could have Gusteau's in the chef's office. There's so many possibilities, but Gusteau's has definitely got to be in there. Arendelle Castle. Epcot is getting better and better. When I was a kid, I hated Epcot. But now that I'm an adult, it's fast becoming one of my favorite parks to go to. And the new Frozen ride is awesome. It's got 2 drops, a forward drop and a backward drop. The animatronics are next level. And of course, Frozen is like the biggest thing since Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Who are we kidding? You gotta have Arendelle Castle as a location. Pandora. Pandora is mind-blowing. Moms and dads, if you haven't been to Disney's Animal Kingdom, you haven't seen Pandora, you are doing yourself a disservice. Save your pennies. Dig in the couch for coins. Do whatever you have to do to save some money to go on that trip and go to Animal Kingdom and get over to Pandora. The floating rocks, the walking mechs, the food, the smells, the way it looks at nighttime versus daytime. The ride, Flight of Passage. Oh my gosh, Flight of Passage. And I know I just said it. I know I said I don't do thrill rides. But Flight of Passage is my favoriteest ride of all time. I've rode that ride maybe 100 times in the last 4 years since it opened-ish. I love it so much. And I think it's because I can convince my mind that I'm not actually going anywhere. Roller coasters, to me, they terrify me because I'm moving on a track, and I'm convinced my cart is going to pop off the track and I'm going to die. Real Final Destination type stuff. Absolutely. But with Pandora, you aren't actually moving anywhere. You are stationary, kind of like Smuggler's Run or Star Tours, where you get the illusion through 3D glasses that you are actually moving. You're really not. You're going side to side and you're dipping. But I think I've convinced myself that because I'm not actually moving anywhere and I can't fly off a track, that I can ride Flight of Passage. And again, you should all experience Pandora at one point in your life. Imagine that this is the day, today, a Tuesday, that you almost caught Jack Sparrow. Where would you have caught him? In Old Port Royale. Old Port Royale has got to be a location in Lorcana. I'll take any location in the Pirates Caribbean franchise, but I love the idea of an old Port Royale bustling with pirates and the commandant and his soldiers and townsfolk. I love this idea, and I love the idea of, hopefully, Jack Sparrow, the commandant, Miss Swan, somebody, anybody from the Pirates of the Caribbean films coming to the game. And if it's not a character first, I would love it to be a location. And I can't think of a better one than Old Port Royale. So in my last video, you know I want Ralph and Vanellope. And we already have a Ralph card, kind of, in the game. So I want Game Central Station. How cool would that be to be able to go to a place where all of the characters from all of the video games all congregate, hang out, visit with each other, tell stories, go to therapy sessions if you're a bad guy. The possibilities are endless. We gotta have Game Central Station in the game. And our last location, the most jungliest, cruisiest location of them all, the Jungle Cruise. Just imagine going down the Nile or being on the boat or just being in the jungle. I would love it to get a Jungle Cruise ride as a location in Lorcana. Obviously, everyone experiences Disney differently. For some, it's the cartoons. For some, it's the live action. For some, it's the theme parks. And for some, it's the Dole Whip. For some of us, it's actually the Dole Whip and the theme parks, if I'm being honest. But definitely the rides, for me, are what make Disney Disney, the parks. And I would love to see that some of those rides get integrated into the game as locations. So I think it is a very real possibility in the future. And if not, Ravensburger, if you're listening, rides as location. The people have spoken. It's what we want. It's what we need. Please, give the people what they want. Moms and dads, Lorcana, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This was fun. It's super cool to talk about things that are fun, like putting rides in as locations, because absolutely it would be a dream for me to start seeing rides in the game as locations. And I hope you feel the same way. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what locations you want to see in the game. Let me know if you agree with me, if you want to see rides come into the game as either locations or characters. Maybe the Hatbox Ghost is a character. That's another video we're going to do, moms and dads. We're going to do a video of what characters from rides do we want to see in the game. Until then, go check out all of our videos on YouTube. We have over 50 videos that you can watch. Subscribe right here. Like this video, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I love to hear what everybody's thinking. I love when you ask questions. I love answering questions. We're going to do a Q&A video really soon where I'm going to collect all the questions I've been asked over the last couple of weeks. And that'll be a blast just to sit here and talk to you guys and go over just some of your questions and answer them. And again, just kind of get to know each other a bit better. But definitely hang out here. Go see us over at A Parent's Guide to Lorcana on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We are ticking. We are talking. We're on Facebook. We're on X. We are everywhere. If it's social, we're there. We just love making this stuff for you. And if you keep loving it, we'll keep making it. So until then, we'll see you real soon.